Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Friday Groove Day. It is Friday, and I have Dali with me, the Wolfgirl
Hi,
Oracle. Okay, you
that's
know we've been
me.
dying to do this, right? You ready? We got to do our
Yes, 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 yes.
oh,
Oh,
yay!
yay!
Now that's how you kick off a Friday.
Yes, that and with our tiny, tiny, tiny cups of coffee.
There you go. Listen, I'm gonna get mine poured and ready to go here so it can cool
Yes.
off.
Oops,
Uh,
I gotta turn my phone down. Hang on. Okay, there
Oh,
we go. Sorry.
I always try to remind myself before I start. Uh, hey, Katie, good morning, and Teresa, big hugs.
Yes.
Hello, hello. Who else do we have in here? Kristen Louise. Hey, you,
Flowings.
Kristen, and Gina. Hello, and flowing. Seascape. Hi,
Seascape.
everyone. Make sure
Gina.
to hit that thumbs up as you come in here. And I am going to, hey, Denise. Hello from Mount Shasta. Oh, how is it looking up there? I know it just must be beautiful with the spring coming in. And hi, Hershey, the shadow reader. That's someone new. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. But Dali, why don't you just talk a little bit about yourself, your channel, and what's going on in your world?
Sure, I can do that. I'll try to make it brief. I'll try. Um, Well, my channel is the Wolfgirl Oracle, and on my channel, I like to do some readings, although I'm slowly gravitating away. Right now, I'm only doing 3 readings a week at the most.
Mhm.
I don't want to be branded as a card reader. I really, my spirituality has so much depth to it, and I want to be able to incorporate all aspects of my spiritual journey into my channel.
Mhm.
So I've sort of I do readings, but I do readings, but I'm trying to like just bring other things into the mix as well. And my focus isn't in gaining subscribers. Do I want everyone to subscribe? Of course I do, but it's not my primary focus. My primary focus really is just helping people. I feel like
Yeah.
I've been given a gift. I'm very grateful for this gift, and I feel like the best form of showing gratitude to Spirit for having this is to help people with it, because I think that that's why we're given these tools. And so I'm trying my best to help people in whatever way I can
Mhm.
and be helped by them. I feel like I'm gaining more from the interaction that I have with people than I could ever like soak in, you know, as wisdom on my own,
So
so
true.
I'm
So
so grateful for all the people who do come in and talk to me, and I'm so grateful to Spirit for giving me the opportunity to be able to do this with people. And
mhm.
I've learned so much from so many people. um, I gotta give props though to 2 people. Katie Moonchild from Katie Moonchild's World, she like helped me get onto the path that I'm currently on.
Okay.
And also Manasa from Manasa Wellness,
Yeah.
who is, out of all the people that I know, Katie and Manasa are the best at smacking me upside with a clue by four when I need it. And I mean, and it's always done with love. It's always done
Yeah.
with such big love and big intention and only help attitude. And I love that. So that's a little bit about me. I live in Wisconsin. That's what the accent is, don't you know? So
No, both beautiful, beautiful souls, and I appreciate them as well. So yeah, they're beautiful people.
I'm
And
predominant. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm predominantly on a Norse pagan journey. I'm Norse
Hmm.
pagan. That is my faith. But I incorporate so much into my practice that I really that's like too limiting of a thing to say. Um, because I incorporate all different kinds of things from my whole journey. It started with Christianity, went to, reading everything about everybody, to Zen Buddhism, which I stayed in for years, and then I found Norse paganism, and that's been connecting me to my ancestors. That is why I am on that path. But I also want to make sure that everyone's very clear because a lot of times when people hear the words Norse paganism, they automatically think, oh, she's a racist, she's like white supremacist, blah, blah, blah. No, no. In the group that I belong to, which is the Fellowship of Northern Traditions, we embrace all traditions.
Okay.
Um, just as long as we all can be uh, kind and open armed to everyone, we accept everyone. So there is no
Absolutely.
supremacy. So I just wanted to make that
Yes.
clear
Good
because I know
clarifier.
that can be
No,
scary to some people. So I just wanted to make that clear.
it sounds like your mic went out a little bit. We can still
Oh,
hear you, but it's not as prominent as it was before.
is it better now?
That's still about the same.
Uh,
We can still hear you. It's just softer. It's
all
just
right,
not
I'll
the
try to
volume
talk
went down.
loud. I'll try to talk loud. I don't know why. I don't know why that happened. I'm sorry.
Oh no, no worries. Hello, everyone who's just joining. Melinda, False Teeth Real Tarot. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And look, you got a sub. Hershey, the Shadow Reader, subbed. So
Oh, thank
awesome.
you.
Dali's link is just here, and I see that Gina posted it as well. Thank you, Gina, for doing
Thanks.
that.
Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, Melinda says maybe you got a phone call. Maybe that's why it went out there.
I'm gonna like switch to my computer headphones. So,
Okay.
but I'll keep, hopefully this will work.
Hope everyone's doing good out there. Hope grab your drink, coffee, tea, whatever your morning preference is. No, we can't. It's not on. Oh, it's your mic is muted. In StreamYard, yeah, it shows that the mic is off.
All right, can
Yeah.
you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay, all right.
Back in business.
Okay.
All right. Well, here's cheers. Oh, thank you, Gina. Yes, this month I am celebrating my birthday month. My birthday's on the 31st, but since it's the last day of May, I celebrate the whole entire month. So
I just never stop celebrating. It's fine.
Right? Why not? Why not? Your birthday only comes around once a year.
That's
Engage,
right.
enjoy, have a good time. Hey, Teresa.
Oh, it's so good to see
Teresa,
everybody.
Teresa Ford and Teresa Baltazar. Yes, I said that right.
Yes, everyone subscribed to Sonia too here.
Thank you. I'm the same way. It's like it's not about the subscribers. Yes, it's great, but it's just about being here when I can and helping those that who show up for the messages.
Right.
So yeah.
All right, we're shuffling.
All right. So let's see what messages Spirit has in store for us today. And the first word we have is responsibility.
Ooh.
Oops.
Responsibility.
And humor.
I like humor.
I do too. Ooh, and awakening. So we have responsibility, humor, and awakening.
All right. Okay. I'm using the Astro Matrix Tarot. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I'm not.
I don't have the book in front of me. I make bags for all of my cards and I put crystals in my bags
Oh,
and
look
I
at
like
that. I love that.
I cleanse the bags and
Do you sell them?
do. No, I buy
Or
them
that's
off of
just you?
Amazon. I just buy them off of Amazon and draw and write on there what the tarot deck is.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got
And
you.
then I just fill them with crystals,
That's a
to,
good idea. I like
you
that.
know, I
Yeah,
cleanse the crystals and then I cleanse the bag and then I just, it's a thing. I do a thing.
that's a fun thing. I
Okay,
like
so
it.
I got three cards. I got the Magician, and the Magician is really the master of, ooh, let me pull this out. It's kind of the master of, I like to think of him as the jack of all trades
Hmm.
or the master of all trades for the tarot deck. You know, you see all the things that are in front of him, the cup, the wand, the pentacle, you know, the wand. And the thing I like about the magician, when I see the magician, you know, you were talking about responsibility. He is like, to me, like the figment of, or the embodiment of responsibility. You know,
Hmm.
he has made it his business to take on everything, to understand everything. And in our lives, I feel like we have to be careful about not placing, like when we're struggling in life, when we're struggling in our lives, I think that we have a tendency to look outside of ourselves and say, this is what's causing my problem, you know, and
Hmm.
we fail to see the patterns. We fail to see the patterns that are causing us to get into that issue in the first place. So we eliminate ourselves from the issue and look outside of ourselves for either something that's going to fix our problem or for a reason behind our problem instead of looking inside of ourselves. And I feel like when the magician, in correlation to responsibility, is saying, make sure that you've got yourself right first, and then once you do, you can follow with confidence into the world and perceive things a lot clearer. Does that make
Hmm.
sense?
Hmm. Yes.
That's what I get from the magician. And then the second card I pulled was the Ace of Cups.
Beautiful.
The new beginnings, the new energy, that it's kind of like hitting the, for me, whenever I see the Ace of Cups, I think about hitting the reset button,
Hmm.
starting again, going into into life with lots of love and light and hope and um, just a whole new beginning, right?
Yeah.
That's what I get from the Ace of Cups. And then I got the King of Cups.
Ooh.
And I love the King of Cups. I just love the King of Cups. Whenever I see him come up in a reading, I'm always like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here," because I feel like he embodies a lot of our, like, our spirit team, our the people around us who love us, the authorities in our life that are like for me, like Katie and Manasa coming
Hmm.
at me and hitting me with the clue by four. They're the that loving authority that I look up to, that is always there to help course correct when I need it, and spirit guides them to guide me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's what I feel when I see the King of Cups. It's a very positive, loving, amazing card, you know.
Hmm.
And I don't know if
Beautiful.
that's how you guys feel about it too, but I see this accomplishment, this leadership, this authority, and it makes me feel a little bit more safe, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So now if you're going
So,
to incorporate and bring in humor into an awakening into that.
well, you know, I think when you have new beginnings, you have to go into it with humor, because if you don't, if you're taking it a little too seriously, you might be highly disappointed by what you go into, you know.
Yes.
So I think that that's a whole go into the new beginning, but don't take life too seriously
Hmm.
kind of
Hmm.
things. And as far as awakenings go, well, you know, with the King of Cups, he is, because he is an authority, and because, like I said, he's somebody that I look up to, or he represents the people that I look up to. A lot of times those people are the people who are bringing me to a new perspective, to a new understanding, to a new awakening. So I think that that's probably how he ties into that. Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's what I'm feeling.
I love it. Well, I have responsibility, and I liked how you talked about the magician having all the jack of the trades, right? Just being in everything together. And yes, that is part of our responsibility, and to let our light shine. You know, when
Hmm.
it's our responsibility to step into that light. And my first card is radiate. So
Ooh.
letting our light shine and being able to, and not to hide it, because sometimes I think some people are really they get in this space of not wanting to overpower or possibly just too shy or too nervous. And spirit just really wants you to step into that confidence, step into your power, allow that to shine.
Hmm.
With humor, it's interesting. I have meditation. And so what I'm hearing with that, yes, meditation, what I'm hearing with that with meditation is with the humor, it's more of like, don't take it too serious. I think people think meditation and they get like like, oh, I can't sit for hours and meditate and all this other thing. It's like, no, go a little lighter with it. There's so many aspects of meditation. A lot of you've heard me say this before. It could be a meditative walk. You go for a walk, or it could just be 5 minutes of meditation of sitting in quiet. I've also sat in quiet with my eyes open, looking out my window with a cup of tea or something, and just being present. Okay, so there's
Hmm.
different forms. So just kind of lightened up. You don't have to go to one of those silent retreats for a week and be silent the entire week.
I've done that.
Yeah,
I did that for many years, but yeah, you don't. One of my favorite, like, I call this my workplace meditation, is when you can take just 5 minutes to, breathe in
mm-hmm.
blue, like
Mm,
visualize blue coming into you, and then you visualize red going out.
mm,
Like you're taking in this new awesome energy and you're sending out the stale old negative stuff. And
yeah.
then the second breath you take in, and you do that until you're starting to feel like you're clearing, okay?
Uh-huh.
Then you breathe in blue and you breathe out purple. There's less red
Mm,
coming out, right?
I
So
love
it's kind
that.
of the blue and the red mixing together. You got this purple, so you're breathing out purple. You do that until you feel a little bit better. And then you
Wow.
breathe in blue and you breathe out blue. And at that point, you know that you've cleared. So, and then you can go on with your day. And when you're just taking those moments to breathe, it's like setting your primary point again, right? Getting you right back there, so that
Yeah.
you're not all over in here and you're actually present right here. So
See, and
that's what I
I
do.
kind of associate color with that. So that blue coming in is the water, which is cleansing, right? So you're
Yes,
breathing in the
yes,
water, and then you're breathing out the red, which is the fire. So releasing
yes,
any of that hot tension energy out of you. And then the purple for
correct.
me is like royalty, right? So now you're going in more into that royal space, and then all blue, all the water, all cleansing. So what a
Right.
great, I love that. I really
I
do. I like that.
my my Zen master, I belonged to a Korean Zen
Hmm.
school called the Quantum School of Zen, and I was in there for many years, and until our founding father passed away. And but he's the one who taught me that because he saw that I was a hothead. And because Zen is very much about action, it's about being
Mhm.
in the moment and it's about action. That's what all the, like when you do kongans and stuff like that, that's what that's about. It's about action because Zen is an action word. And he knew that I needed the most simple, the most simple way of saying this ever, and that's what he gave,
Yes,
and he gave that to me, and I still use that all the time,
I
you
love
know.
that. Love that.
So,
Well, my
right.
last one is awakening, and I have protection. And as I say with awakening, we all have many awakenings. It's not like this one. I used to think it was like this one big grand awakening. And some people have had that, but I feel like there's a series of different awakenings at different parts of our life.
Oh yeah.
But the message of spirit is just letting us know that we are divinely protected. It's not something to fear or to worry about, or even to really think about. To just be like, when is this going to happen for me? Or it happens when it happens. And
Right.
generally when we least expect it.
Yeah.
But just being in that protected space feels really good in knowing that we are protected. So,
I
um,
agree with you 100% about that. I just had an awakening on, what was that, Thursday?
mhm.
Yesterday I had like an awakening, just a aha moment. I was listening to Manasseh's talk in the morning, and it struck me that when we're talking negatively about ourselves,
Mhm.
which we really shouldn't do. Obviously, we shouldn't do that, but we do that. I'm always talking about how fluffy I am. But what Manasseh said was, you take what is no, kind of a negative feeling towards yourself, and you turn it into a opportunity to change, an
Mhm.
opportunity to do something better for your life. So if you catch yourself saying negative things about yourself, think about the opportunity that you've now just given yourself to do something to change.
Yep. It's
If you don't,
actually a Abraham Hicks process called pivoting.
oh,
So when you say
okay.
something negative, it's like you're going to replace it with something positive.
Yeah.
So it's everything. Everything is about building a habit, because we have these beliefs, these limiting beliefs, and when we begin to turn them and create new beliefs for ourselves, we just keep repeating those beliefs until they register up here. Because most of our thinking, most of everything that we've learned is learned behavior and learned thoughts and processes. And so it's like retraining yourself all over again. And it takes time and a lot of patience. So be
Yes.
very patient and loving with yourself through all of
Yeah. I've been listening on and off to Hicks for like the last 2 years now. Actually, Katie is who turned me on to Abraham Hicks. And
it.
so
Hmm.
whenever an Abraham Hicks things comes up in my feed, I'll go through and watch it, but I have lots to learn. I have
Yeah,
lots to
I love
learn.
Abraham. I'm
Yeah.
actually a trained coach in the works of Abraham Hicks.
Oh,
So
oh,
that's,
nifty.
yeah, I
That's
love
that's
doing
cool.
the work is just amazing. Hey, Gerald, good to see you.
Tarot stash.
He says, I walk in when Dali's talking about being a hothead. Uh, and then Katie says, blue is the color of flow to me. That makes so much sense. Yes, absolutely. And I also wanted to, I love this. Teresa Ford says, I am the common denominator in all my problems.
I am too.
We all are,
I
Teresa.
am. I am the common denominator in all my problems, 100%.
Yeah. Hey, aloha, Eliza.
Oh, wow. Look at all these people. It is so good to
Yes.
see everybody. Oh my gosh.
Please
Thank you.
remember to hit that thumbs up and also subscribe to Dolly's channel. It's right underneath this video here. And I know Gina's been posting the link as well. Thank you, Gina.
Yeah, thank you so much, you guys. I'm a work in progress. I'll be a work in progress until the day I die.
Yeah, I'm like, that's all of us. Hey, Hypnicity, good to see you.
I am not an expert in anything.
We have communication.
Ooh, communication.
Ooh, and passion.
Communication, passion.
And our last word is action. Communication, passion, and action.
Communication,
Passion and action. Passion and
passion,
action.
and action. Okay, so now I'm switching to the Enchanted Map Oracle. We'll do an Oracle now from me.
Oh, yes, good. I always forget to name my cards. I was just working with the Magical Herbal Oracle. That's the one that I just had. And I hear my mermaids calling me, so I'm trying to find them.
Oh, for a second there, I thought maybe you meant like your cats.
No,
Like
my messages from the mermaids.
communication, passion, and action. Okay, so for communication, I got flying.
Mm.
Flying, and it's like a Pegasus butterfly flying over a labyrinth. And when labyrinths, I don't know if you've done any labyrinth work in, any of the stuff that you
I
do.
have.
Yeah, now is that not a strong journey into yourself
Hmm.
when you're doing the labyrinth? You are communicating with you.
Yes.
But this horse is flying above and looking down and seeing the big picture. So
Mm.
I feel like this is kind of like what our path is like, and it really is a communication with ourselves. Ourselves
Hmm.
communicate our physical selves communicating to our higher self, you
Yes.
know. And I feel like that's what this card is embodying here. And I feel like that's a a journey that we should all embark in, that we should
Mhm.
all try to connect with our higher selves and have that divine communication that, you know, and also this has nothing to do with this card. I got to tell you something talking about communication. I do a lot of trance work,
Mhm.
and I have had so many amazing visions of my ancestors while
Mm.
doing trance work. And I don't hear people talk when I'm being connected to spirit or when I'm seeing my ancestors. I don't hear actual audible voices.
Okay.
I get feelings and I get a lot of imagery. And um, the last time I was telling Katie about this a little while ago, the last time I did a one of these trances where I was trying to connect with ancestors,
Mhm.
I ended up connecting with the entire the entire tree. The
Wow.
entire tree. It was like I was standing in the branches and looking down at the roots, okay, or
Mhm.
looking down the trunk of the tree, and I saw thousands and thousands of people.
Wow.
And I had this aha moment where they were saying to me, there is no differences.
Mm.
We are all everybody,
Yeah.
so that's my communication for you guys.
Beautiful.
Sorry. And then the next one was, what was the next one? I got talesman.
Passion and action.
Okay, passion. Well, with the talisman, she's walking on her path, and she looks pretty dedicated to the path that she's walking right now.
Mhm.
She's holding her light to make sure that her path is illuminated, and she's stepping on a rune. I don't know if you can see that down there, but she's like firmly grounded in who she is, like firmly
Mhm.
grounded. So I think that this is a passionate walk down the path, where she is focused, she is she is dedicated, and she is ready to go.
Yeah.
And that's what I get for the passion for the talisman. And then the last one was action, and I
Yes.
got education. Education.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a good. I think education is just as much a verb as it is a noun, right?
Mhm.
It's definitely an active practice to educate yourself in what it is that you're passionate about.
Mhm.
So those are my three cards.
Beautiful. All right. So with communication, it's actually communication came up twice for me. Came up here and also here as well.
Wow, that's
So
very connected.
yes, and you can see this mermaid here. She's very connected as well. You have all the sea plants, you have the sea turtle that's there, and it's just that connection. Whether it's a connection to everything, actually, to others, to the environment, to your spiritual team, and bringing in your feelings, expressing your feelings, as you can see here. And for some, that's not easy to express your feelings or to communicate your feelings. And yeah, I was in that place as well. I've gotten a lot better, but I think that's a continuing practice as well for all of us, learning
Hmm.
how to just be in that space of connecting and sharing with people how we feel. Bringing in that passion, that love for ourselves, and to be in that space, and just knowing that, especially if it's a safe space. Now, I can understand if you're looking at a container or a space that you have to step into that doesn't feel safe, but we can create our own containers wherever we go.
Yes.
It's about creating that space. I've always talked about my circle that I would draw, my circle of power. So if I'm feeling in a place where I'm not feeling empowered, I will step into this circle and gain all my energy and let all of my power come back to me and being in that space. So then I can now step into this space that might feel a little intimidating or scary
Hmm.
or whatever that is.
Hmm.
But taking action, taking these necessary actions for yourself, and also accepting who you are. We have the acceptance card. Sometimes we feel like we need to be someone different, or we have to, take on a different role, or these different things. But it's about being you, truly who you are. Now, as a Gemini, I do have my little split personality. So I have my alter ego that I call Diva Lee. So I will step into Diva Lee when I need to, but it's still me. It's still me. I'm not pretending to be anybody else, but it does give me that extra little boost that I need when I'm going into certain spaces. But yes, accepting who you are, where you are at this point in your life, bringing more passion into your life, and learning how to communicate your feelings, to communicate your needs, your boundaries. All these things are really important.
Hmm.
So that's that message.
Those are things that I struggle with the most, honestly,
Mm,
is expressing my feelings
hmm.
and communicating what I'm feeling effectively.
Yeah.
That's like something that I work on. That's a daily work for me, you know.
Yeah. But the
But
beautiful thing is that you're working on it, and the
mhm,
more that you do it, the more you then become a lot more comfortable with it.
right,
You
yeah.
know, it
I,
takes time.
right, and like this path right now, both with just the earth-based faith that I'm embracing right now and the spiritual journey that I'm on. Um, I process things a little slower than most people, so like I'll do my this is one of the reasons why I'm getting away from readings a little bit is because I process so slow. I'll do a reading and I'll get my download, and then 2 days later I'll get it.
Mm,
You know, so I'm still developing in my abilities as somebody who can use cards to like talk to spirit. But where I really, really talk to spirit is in meditation. That is where the biggest downloads come from, or when I'm doing trance work with my drums,
hmm,
or
hmm.
or my bell,
See, then that's the
man.
beauty, because that's the Dali way.
Yeah,
So we all have our own processes and own
yeah,
ways, and it's not about showing up the way people think things should be, and
right.
that's part of our society. That's part of the issue, that everybody wants everybody to be a certain way, and
Yeah,
it's like, no. We're all different, we're all unique, and we all have
yes.
our special gifts, and we utilize them in different ways. So that's something to be embraced and celebrated. So I love that.
Oh, I like what they're saying in the chat here. I'm
Let's
so
see.
sensitive, it's hard to express my feelings because I'm busy
Oh.
protecting my crabby self. I get that.
And it's because I like the way you see things,
Yes.
Dolly. And oh, hello, Gemini. I love it. Hey, Terry, at holding your
Oh, well,
space.
thank you, Hershey. You are so sweet.
Oh,
Yeah. Do it
yeah.
your way. Oh, flowing. See, all
Yes,
you guys are so awesome.
yes, they are very
And
much
I
so.
apologize that I haven't been paying attention to the chat. This is a lot to
Oh
take
no,
in.
it's yeah, we pop in and everything. Everybody knows we got nothing but love. And
Yeah.
guys, here, let me pull the next three words, because I thought I had my laptop charged up, but she's looking a little low there, and I don't want to
Uh-oh.
disappear.
Okay.
Oh, Katie's a Gemini rising.
Okay.
Okay, so we have support and beauty and openness. So support, beauty, and openness. And I will be right back. Let me grab my cord.
Okay. Support, beauty, and openness. Let me shuffle here. Now I'm going to be using, this one I have the book in so I can show you guys. This is Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle by Dr. Stephen D. Farmer. Where did that come from? Okay. I'm giggling because I forgot the words already, you guys. Somebody type it in the chat, would you? I'm a little nervous, that's why. Only because, like, I'm a fangirl of Sonia's, so I'm just like, oh, I'm on with Sonia.
Okay. I think we're back in business list right now.
Okay, I just switched cards. I'm now reading from the Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle by Dr. Stephen D. Farmer.
Oh.
He's a good dude.
Hmm.
And I forgot the words, though. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Support, beauty, and openness.
Support, beauty, and openness. Support, beauty, openness.
Well, I guess I'm going to use my Stephen D. Farmer cards, the Power Animal Oracle cards.
Thank you, Teresa. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. All right. So, oh, you got the Stephen D. Farmer, the other deck. That I my wish list actually. All right. So for support, I got abundance, and it shows an apple tree with a it's an apple tree, but what looks like it's on the ground is tomatoes actually, but I think it's supposed to be apples. But that's abundance. I also got moss, which is adaptability. And I got earth, which is home.
Mm.
So for support, I can see how abundance would be a great card for support, because there are so many things that support us around us, right? We are abundantly plentiful when it comes to like support usually. I mean, not
Mm-hmm.
everybody is, but we've got family, we've got friends, we've got our workplace friends, we've got the divine, we've got our ancestors. There's an abundance of support around us. And the tree, to me, is the symbol of all that, all that support, that we have in our, just like the vision I was just telling you guys about.
Yes. And they're grounding, right? They're just so
Yes,
grounding.
yes, the roots that are supported by the tree. I love trees. I have trees
I do
everywhere. I
too.
got a tree tattooed to my arm here. I've just
Oh,
I'm all
yay.
about the trees. Yes, I am a tree hugger and I'm proud of it. Okay.
Me
And
too.
and beauty, this is moss, adaptability. Okay. And obviously adaptability is important in life, to be able to go with the flow, but the way I attach this card to beauty really is in the green lush
Mm.
growth that I see here. For me, springtime is springtime is absolutely magical here in Wisconsin. When
Mm.
we see everything go from white to like the dankness of the brown earthy colors that you see right at the beginning of spring to the explosion of green and growth.
Yeah.
That, I mean, that is the most beautiful thing in the universe to me. That
Mm.
that newness, that oh, that just, so I feel like that this is why this card came up for me, for to associate with beauty, because that is it for me. and
Yeah.
and home, the earth, the whole planet, for openness. Well, there's definitely nothing more wide open than the entirety of the planet, and understanding how everything is connected. you
Yeah.
know once you understand that, once you fully grasp how connected everything is, it makes you want to be open. It makes
Hmm.
you want to be able to, because I feel like there's all these little puzzle pieces of wisdom out there in the world, right? And like you were saying before, how we want, we gravitate towards this is how it is, and everything else is wrong, right?
Right.
But then you miss out on all these little puzzle pieces of wisdom that can help you progress in your spiritual connection to everything, you know?
Hmm.
So this to me for openness, the showing the planet is like perfect, you know?
Yeah.
See, these are simple images that speak to me.
Yeah.
And
No, it's beautiful.
I hope they speak to you guys too, you know. So
Beautiful.
that's what I got.
Okay. Well, for support, I have the porcupine, which is innocence, and it says, free yourself of guilt and shame.
Oh,
So, you know, allow yourself to seek the support that you need. It's important to have support, and I always say, you want the right support in your inner circle, right? Because those are the people that are truly going to help lift you up and to help push you and help you to move forward, and as well as you're there for them as well. But allowing yourself to be free of the guilt and shame of asking for help. Sometimes we get in our heads and we're just like,
oh
oh, I
yeah.
got this, I can do this. And sometimes you just need that person to give you that pat on the back, or to hold your hand, whatever it is. Being open and allowing yourself to ask for that help, that support. And then the beauty, I get the rabbit, fertility. Your creativity is at peak. And finding all the beauty and the creative things that we can do here, as our time here on Earth. It's so, tapping more into beauty, bringing more beauty into your life and embracing that, because it just lifts the spirits. And that card with the growth, as you said, when spring comes in, it's probably one of the most beautiful things. Now, I don't get the snow part. I'm in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I
But
know.
look, what actually, guys, we got snow this year. It was weird, like in
I
some
know.
parts of the city. It's kind of crazy. But even here, when it's spring, you can tell the difference. It's like it
Mhm.
does. It gets greener and it gets brighter, and it's really beautiful. And being open to new things. With that, I got the butterfly. How appropriate. This is transformation. Get ready for a
Ah,
big
yeah.
breakthrough. Look at those wings, just nice and open and wide and ready for new things, new beginnings, and getting ready to take off. So allowing yourself to be open to different changes in your lives. Changes come, some good, some bad, but allowing yourself to be open to that transformation that is about to happen for you. And it could be a little scary sometimes, but embracing that as well. Don't allow fear and doubt get in the way and hold you down. Crush your wings. You want to just fly. Just fly. There's this saying, and it says, I can't remember if it's two birds or whatever, but the baby, we'll say birds. The baby bird says to the mom, like, well, I'm scared. I don't know if I can fly, to take off for the first time. And the mom
Yeah.
says, well, you know, you'll never know if you don't try.
Mhm.
So take off, take off.
Just as a side note,
Hmm.
everything that has to do with butterflies and moths is scary to me. I'm one of
Well,
those crazy people who has a phobia of butterflies and
butterflies, no, but bugs,
butterflies
yes.
I've gotten better with, but
Hmm.
moths with those on top of their head. Oh my God. Every time I see one, I'm just like, I'm going to eat you, little girl. That's what they're saying to me.
Well, you cracked me
It's
up when you
true.
said about
It's
hugging
true.
trees. I am a tree hugger, but
Yes.
with my little asterisk, I got to check the tree first to make sure there's no little ants or
Bugs.
bugs flying on it.
Yes. Yeah. You don't want to like throw your arms around a tree and then have like one of those cicada shells sitting right
Yeah,
there. It's like,
yeah,
ah,
no. I
yeah.
do a thorough tree check first, and I'm like, okay, all right, we're good. Yay!
I don't know. I don't know what. Well, no, I do know. I do know what it is. I have always been somebody who has seen trees as being like super wise, like I've
Hmm.
touched trees and felt what they've seen.
Mhm.
And I've had that my whole life. So that is something that's deeply, deeply meaningful to me. That's why you're always like the Celtic trees behind me. I think Flowing said that she liked the Celtic tree behind me. But like these trees, I have trees, every trees, and that's what that's about. It's about in the Norse faith, Yggdrasil is the world tree, that
Okay.
contains all the realms, of all the realms is in or
Mhm.
hang on Yggdrasil, the tree, and the roots go deep, deep, deep into the ground, and that's where the Norns are. And the Norns are uh, the entities that weave the fate of humans, weave the fate of humanity. And I can't help but like really believe in the Norns because so many weird things have happened in my life where people have been brought into my life exactly when I needed them to be and
Mhm.
left exactly when I needed them to, for me
Mhm.
not to like feel like there's something to that.
Right.
Maybe it's
Right.
not three ladies dancing around the base of a tree, but there's something there that like where spirit like gently nudges people into your life or nudges situations or opportunities into your life exactly when you need them.
Mhm.
And oh, that just, I have so much gratitude for that, And I know
Yeah.
some of that is my own manifestation, right? A lot of it is my
Mhm.
own manifestation, but I know that spirit is there. My spirit team is
Absolutely. It's
there.
the magic of all the synchronicities that is just
Yes.
amazing. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
And it's,
exactly.
yeah, such a blessing for sure.
Yeah.
Um, Let me see. Melinda says, healings of self in Mother Earth through nature, what grows from her with our walk on and over her back. And Katie
Mm.
says, breaking down your walls is like peeling an onion. It takes time and the process can be beautiful. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Um,
100%.
that's a big frilly antenna on a moth is a sign that it is, that it's a
It's a
guy
guy
moth
moth.
and he's looking for his mate.
Well,
Well, all right.
if he's a guy moth, then I'm really the wrong person for him to be talking to.
uh,
Sorry,
then
guy.
Judy says, yeah, right. Oh, well, better luck next time. another with another moth. Love that. Nobody comes into my life by accident. Yeah,
Right. I don't
for
think I don't
sure.
think so. I think everybody is, and there are angels among us that we don't even know.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. Liza
yeah.
says he's just ignoring you then, Dali. No worries.
That's funny. Oh, oh, what did False Steve
Okay,
Tarot
so
say? Oh, I love False Steve Tarot. Hello. Transformation through love and respect of others via self-reflection, travel through trauma and grief healing.
it's a healing. Yeah.
Amen.
Oh, look at what word just popped up. Grace, as we were just talking about these beautiful blessings.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to use Dr.
And
Stephen D. Farmer one more time.
we
Grace.
have acceptance again
Acceptance.
and trust. So
And
grace,
trust.
acceptance, and trust.
Grace, acceptance, and trust.
And I am going to use my soulful women.
Grace, acceptance, and trust. And Eliza, no, I won't be looking up that moth because it'll probably scare me. Okay, grace, acceptance, and trust. Oh, wow, interesting. Okay, so I got tobacco, reciprocity, volcano, release, and island, detachment. And I think that all three of these cards, reciprocity, release, and detachment, all three of those words are a part of grace. You know,
Mhm,
you do have to completely release. You have to completely detach from ego to
mhm.
to experience the fullness of grace. You know, the grace that's in our lives, you know. Ooh, and that like hit me so hard. I forgot what the other words are. I'm sorry. Grace.
Acceptance and trust, which fall right in
Well,
line.
that all, yes, that's all like all a part of it, you know. You know, with tobacco, just a little interesting side note with tobacco. Whenever a part of, you know, when you follow a pagan path, a lot of times you spend a lot of time out in nature. I mean, you spend almost all your spiritual time out in nature in some form or another. And whenever an object like a rock or maybe a twig or something speaks to me, I
Hmm.
always carry a pouch of tobacco, and when I take the rock, I leave the tobacco, you know. You know, so it's I'm taking something from the earth, but I'm giving something back to the earth. And I don't know if you do that when you go out on your hikes at all, if you like ever find a rock and you're like, "Ooh, this is so amazing. I need to take this home with me," because you pick it up and you feel its energy and you just there's something about that that just fills you with gratitude or with feeling safe, and you
Hmm.
take it with you. I don't know if you leave something behind, but it's a good practice to do, you guys. So
Okay.
if you do that, you know, always give something back to the earth. And this card, Volcano with the release. This is like an excellent depiction of release to me. You know, the volcano, and it's like I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm not holding back. I'm just letting it go. Because a lot of times I feel like we get stuck in a, oh, I'm going to let this go. But if I would have done this, or if she would have done that, or he would have done this, maybe this would have been different. And you start flowcharting out how things could have been. You haven't released it, you've taken it back.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot sit in grace if you're continuously doing that. You cannot. You know,
Hmm.
you got to really let things go and not and detach to be able to experience all that. So
Yeah.
I hope that that made sense. That makes
Oh,
sense.
absolutely. And
Okay.
Hypnicity was talking about tobacco as a clearing. And during some ceremony, we worked with mapacho, which is a form of tobacco in its purest form, and it's used for clearing and blowing over people's bodies to help release a lot of energy. And it's like so powerful. I remember when the facilitator came over and blew the mapacho over me, that I didn't really know how much stress that I had in my body. And immediately there was this like clearing, and I just burst out crying. And it was just like, "Ah," and I was like, oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You had that volcano moment. Yeah.
It just came out. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know that was in me. So it is like you said, you can't really sit in grace when you're like holding all of that in. So you want to
Right.
let go. And for grace, I have igniting my joy. This is where the grace is, right? And this says
Yes.
attuning to the highest good in myself and others ignites my natural joy. So really feeling into that joy and being in a state of gratitude and bringing in that grace and accepting where you are. And I love this that came up with this, and it's embracing my body. And it says, I honor and embrace all of my body. I am receptive to her specific needs. So being receptive to your body, listening to your body, our bodies will tell us when things are going on. We know when something's not right or doesn't feel good, or when you get angry, you're holding that tension. Everything is in your body. So allowing
Yeah.
yourself, again, like that volcano, allowing yourself to release so that you're not holding all this stuff in. And just being gentle and patient with yourself. You know, everything is a process. It takes time. So, and just trust. And I have with that the enlightenment power. I am a woman choosing the power of my own consciousness as a vehicle for my growth.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
look how beautiful that card is.
That is
So
super beautiful.
just trusting
Yes.
in yourself, trusting in
Yeah.
your power. For all you gentlemen, this is about really tapping into that feminine energy. We all have feminine and masculine energy, so tapping into that creativity, that beauty, that just trusting in yourself. So that's that message.
I'm glad that you mentioned the masculine energy too, because I sometimes feel like, especially in in our spiritual circle, that I don't hear enough about masculine energy, and that masculine energy is super important to tap
Mhm.
into. I mean, I feel like a lot of my especially, I work in a job where I'm turning wrenches all day long, and I really feel like I tap into this masculine energy when I do that, that allows me to stay really hyper focused.
Mhm.
And I know that maybe, I hope that doesn't sound sexist to like, or, like I'm trying to like fit people into a box here, but the logical way that I think, I have mild autism. Okay, so I have a very logical, um, linear brain sometimes, very
Mhm.
rigid thinker. But that masculine energy really helps me hyper focus and do really good work.
Yeah.
So I like when people mention the masculine energy. I don't think that that's something that needs to be tapped down at all.
No,
But
not
at
at
the
all.
but the feminine energy needs to be on that equal part. It needs to be equal with
Mhm.
it, and maybe
They're
that's why
both
we talk
very
about it so
important.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both very, very important. And sometimes you may find yourself step more into the masculine, or you may find yourself step into the feminine. And I used to think too that they needed to be balanced most of the time. And, balance is good, but sometimes one
One
takes
has to supersede
precedent
the
than the
other.
other, and
Right.
it's needed. And for
Yeah.
me, I've always been more in my masculine energy because, and I think that just comes from the trauma that I experienced as a child and just consistently being in survival mode, that I had to
Mm.
be in that masculine energy more. But
Hmm.
now I've been learning to bring more of the feminine in, and it's just so sweet and so beautiful to see how the two can work together. So kind of pay attention to that, of like, okay, am I more in my masculine or if I'm more in my feminine? And just see the two. I say they like to dance, and just to see how they dance together. It's pretty profound. So oh my gosh, I'm like, where did the hour go? It went by so fast.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we are going to pick one card, a message, any card that you want
Okay.
to share
Yes.
for people to go off into the weekend.
Oh, I know.
Um,
I got it
let's
going
see.
on here. I'm going to be picking a card from the Raise Your Vibrations Oracle by Kyle
Ooh.
Gray.
Well,
And
since we were talking about Abraham Hicks, this is the teachings of Abraham Hicks, and this is my well-being cards. So I'm going to draw from
ooh.
that.
Okay. All right. What is a message for the group, Spirit? Please and thank you. And thank you for being patient with my fumbling around. I've never really read like this before, so
No,
this was
you've
very
done
new to me.
beautifully, and I loved all the
And
messages that came forth. And no, amazing! Didn't she do amazing, guys? I've
that
enjoyed
was
you
that
thoroughly.
was that was like a teaching moment for me, so I really appreciate that.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so the card I got is the world is blessed to have you.
Oh, beautiful. Well, it goes right in hand with my card because I got the peace card.
Yay,
And it
peace.
says, I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. So
That
goes,
sounds amazing. And
yeah.
I wanted to I don't know if you all know this, but today is the new moon.
Yes, thank you. We forgot to bring that up in the
Yes.
beginning.
Today is the new moon, and it's new moon in Taurus, correct?
Taurus, yes.
Yes, so everybody make your new moon water. I actually put my water out last night,
Oh,
and
you got a head start.
yes, I put it out last night, and I'll leave it until tomorrow morning, and then
Okay.
I'll pull it in, and then that's what I'm going to be using for like any shadow work that I do over the next week.
Hmm.
Before I do my shadow work, I drink from my new moon water, and I truly feel like it does help to bring up shadows that I need to work on,
Hmm. Hmm.
um, and I do so much shadow work that it's not just when there's a new moon, but I feel like I get my biggest downloads and my best results at this time. So,
During that time. Yeah.
mhm.
I usually take my whole entire water container and I put it by the window. So I'm drinking my water on a
Sonia's
regular.
she's got this big
I
tub, and it's just, here, help me.
And it's a great time too to set your intentions, things that you
Yes.
want to really work on. So, yes, enjoy. Happy new moon, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And Dolly, thank you for being here. Make sure you guys check her out.
Thank you for
One
having
of my
me.
favorites that you do is your driving episodes. I love
Oh, thanks.
watching your drive and those gems that you drop. So
Well,
very
thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Thanks for coming, guys.